Greetings, friends, and welcome to DJ in Real Life. This is your boy DJ, and this is my real life on the internet, or what anyone could call a real life on the internet. Once again, I am back on the air with stuff I want to talk about. And what do I want to talk about today? Well, I want to talk about the show and some of the changes and updates that have happened since its return to these interwebs. I'm also going to touch on what's been going on with me personally since the end of last year. But before I do, let me get to the show stuff first. I've made some updates to the quote, look and feel, unquote, of the show itself since its first run of episodes from last year. As you can all tell, there's new theme music. I've been looking for something that was more me, for lack of a better term, and less of the generic stuff anyone can find anywhere. This music harkens back to the early days of the dance clubs, and the type of music I loved to dance to when my body wasn't creaky or sore. I found it, did some work on it to make it somewhat unique, to make it mine, and I am hoping I can keep it from here on out as I'm really happy with it. You never know with the internet these days. Anyway, I've also decided against formal additions, in air quotes, because it sounds so formal and stiff and makes it feel like a job. There may be official additions from time to time, but those will be like special episodes or something along those lines. The obvious changes aren't the only thing I've done with DJ in Real Life. I got a new microphone, one that works very, very well with my computer, when my computer is not being temperamental. It's a 6-year-old laptop that's showing its age, so I'm probably going to have to get a new updated laptop in the future. That's on the wish list. I have to be honest, I wish I had gotten this particular microphone sooner. It's a USB microphone, by the way, because it has cut the workload for the show significantly and lessened the stress load of making these shows that I've endured with the other mics I've been trying to work with. If there was a way I could set up 4 more of these suckers and get them to work the way this one does, I'd really be in business then. I could easily do live in-person interviews. I could do that now, actually, but I'd still have to buy the mics, and I may have to get an upgraded computer to use the right software to use those multiple USB mics. I know how to do it, but with what I have now, I'm not sure my system can handle that just yet. I'm also looking into Skype or telephonic software to possibly use for interviewing, but that's going to take some time and some testing. I gotta tell y'all, I feel like once I really get going here on DJ in Real Life, it's going to be something special for everybody who listens, not just for me. In the meantime, I guess I'll toil with what I've got, but I am happy to be back doing this once again. Anyway, let me get back to what's been going on with me these past few months, or at least since last year's run of episodes. I pretty much had a blah Christmas and a blah New Year's, save for watching the latest Star Wars movie that New Year's Eve. I went out to Pix and the Red Fox a few times, but as some of my crew know and also felt themselves, it just hasn't been as up to snuff as we wanted things to be. The last time I actually went dancing was at the end of February at my cousin's wedding, but I didn't do all that much there. I did go check out my friend Micah's new restaurant, the Little Bit Cafe in Kenmore, and I'm happy he's got that up and going. By the way, for you listeners out there, look it up on Google or go check that place out for yourselves on Kenmore Boulevard. Micah makes some really good food. Anyway, it gives me more motivation for what I've been wanting to do for myself, as I've been needing that type of inspiration, and it's been rough to come by as of late. Of course, after all that stuff happened, there's now this coronavirus thing that's been messing with most everybody else's lives. Drastically. Places started shutting down, including the clubs, lots of restaurants, gyms, parks, stores that weren't groceries. A lot of places just went dark, and with a lot of those spots still open or now opening up once again, we are now either recommended or required to take precautions to keep ourselves safe while we're out and about. It's a lot for folks to take in, and as many news stories have shown, some folks just don't have the strength or temerity to do what's needed, so they go out and whine and protest, but I'm getting off focus here, so I digress. As I noted in the last podcast, all this hasn't really direly affected me as much as a lot of folks out there. When it started going down, I had this weird feeling that everybody was now going to start dealing with the same exact kind of stuff I've been facing for years. Sometimes being away from people, not dancing, not working, not going out, not doing much of anything. In my case, it mostly had to do with missed opportunities or a lack of them, or problems related to my mental health, or idiots out there in the world, or whatever. But now this coronavirus thing is making it so that most folks are playing on an even field with me. I feel like almost an expert in dealing with life under these conditions. There have been many throughout my life who have said, quote, things aren't right with you, unquote, for whatever weird reasons they've had. Now I'm hoping they're getting a taste of the same kinds of medicine that I've had to swallow all these years, and that they see what made me the person I've had to be around them, and mostly the man I became due to that stuff. Emphasis on the man. And that maybe those folks won't be judging me so harshly from now on. I'm not counting on it, but one can hope. Anyway, this harkens me back to the last half of 2011 and the following time afterwards until I started going to the Red Fox. Sans the MCW wrestling shows I attended in 2012. It feels like the same kind of living situation I had back then. Sometimes you don't know what kinds of experiences you end up having in your life that you may have to keep in mind for situations like this coronavirus stuff we're all going through now. Maybe that's why I'm not feeling like I have to sweat as much as most other people. Trust me, I may feel advantageous right now, but I definitely don't envy what many folks might be in for, as I've likely been through a lot of that stuff myself. Maybe not recently, but still. In any case, for yours truly, things seem to be really looking up for me personally, as I've been able to take advantage of a few things that I couldn't have before if this stuff had all not happened. Once this stuff blows over, and it may be a long time before it does, I've got this feeling, and I'm going to end up way better than I could have ever expected. I don't know if anybody else is thinking like that. Most likely they're thinking about how to survive at the moment. But it feels like this comeback I've been on that I talked about a few episodes ago might actually start bearing major fruit sooner rather than later. I'm actually seeing many potential game-changing opportunities that could become a reality for me if I'm able to pursue them. I'm a dreamer, and I dream big. So I hope when those opportunities I've been seeking for so long come to pass that I'm able to finally and fully take advantage of them. I've been sort of doing that with the show here, and I'm hoping that will continue to get better as things roll on. Now after all that, it is now time to bid you all adieu. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to subscribe to DJ in Real Life on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, the YouTube channel, and now you can also find the show on Instagram on the DJ in Real Life page there. You can also connect through social media to the show's Twitter and Facebook pages. DJ in Real Life is produced by Hillbilly Vampire Productions, copyright 2020, all rights reserved. Until next time, folks, this is your boy DJ saying take care, God bless, and don't get too sick out there. Goodbye, everybody.